I'm Natalia Bonner, welcome back. All right, so every Monday I share a new video where I'm teaching you a process or how to machine quilt something. And today I'm going to be sharing just a little bit of a sneak peek into my process of custom machine quilting this incredible quilt. It's actually one that was pieced by my client Sandra, and I'm having a lot of fun bringing it to life with a bit of ruler quilting. A lot of that ruler quilting is actually happening with my mini 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler, but I'm also doing a lot of free motion quilting with obviously my Gamble machine, but a lot of free motion quilting with feathers, and I'm loving the way that they're turning out. So today I'm going to be sharing just a bit of how I quilt this star block with some hand-guided free motion quilting and some feathers, but I do have a new video available in the PNQ Academy where I do share my full process, so walking you through quilting, marking, all the things, all the good, the bad, all of it in the PNQ Academy. So make sure you check that out when you do enroll in the PNQ Academy. Not only do you gain access to this video, but also 160 other machine quilting videos, plus I add 2 more every single month. Anyways, I'm really excited about this quilt, having a lot of fun with free motion quilting, so hop down here with me and let's do a little bit of it. All right, so I'm actually already working across the quilt here from left to right, and I've reached this point, so I thought it would be perfect time to bring you in and share some of the process with you. But I love the look of Stitch in the Ditch, so I'm going to be doing quite a bit of Stitch in the Ditch. I will be using here the mini 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler, and I've added our Piece and Quilt pop socket ruler grip here to the top. I have quilted to this point right here. I'm kind of going to be working around the background section in little units as I, work across from this side. I'll work all the way around this background section, and then I'll take you into the feather section. So let's start out by stitching in the ditch around this area, and then we'll use this curve here on the mini 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler to quilt some point-to-point curved lines. So as I'm doing my stitch in the ditch work here, I'm holding my ruler 1/4 of an inch away from where I want my thread to intersect, which is as close to in that ditch as possible. I'm not perfect, so sometimes my threads are maybe a hair to the side of the ditch, but that's okay with me. I still end up with really amazing results. I do love using the So Fine thread because it blends so beautifully, like you can see here. Honestly, I found that if I break areas on quilts down into small sections, just focus on these 2 blocks right now, then just focus on the next section, I feel like it makes it a little bit less overwhelming. All right, so now I'm going to be using this curve here on the mini 4-in-1 machine quilting ruler, and I'm going to be quilting point-to-point curves. So I'm holding the ruler 1/4 of an inch away from where I want my thread to intersect, and you can see I am eyeballing that, but I hold it 1/4 of an inch because I know from the needle to the outside of the foot it measures 1/4 of an inch. So hold it 1/4 of an inch away so that I can intersect right there. So I'll stop with my needle in the down position, readjust my ruler, and then repeat. And I'll just keep repeating that. Always remember, make sure you're applying really gentle pressure. And when I say gentle pressure, I mean both on the ruler as well as on the machine. Now I do also have the ruler base here on the throat of the machine, which is also another important tool when doing any machine quilting with rulers. Okay, I love that. You can see I'm definitely going slow here. When I'm not talking, I'll go a little bit faster, but I think you're gonna get the idea here. We'll speed this up in a minute of how I quilt out this design. And I did notice I didn't do this one yet, so I'm going to do it as part of this, which is going to require traveling across my ditch a couple of times quilting this path, but that's okay. I'm using this So Fine thread, which again, I believe blends so nicely. Okay, I really love that curvature that it adds there, so I'm going to now move up here and work around each of those background areas. Okay, so I've completed the background filler in this whole section. Now it's time to start working on the star. So you're going to see I'll start in one section and I'm going to make all of the feathers look like they're rotating. That's how I'm really going to give that motion. So I'll travel into the center, quilt the feathers, filling in, and then you'll notice that I'll travel back along the ditch to get back to the center each time. And I'll repeat the same process over and over. I do like to use that bunk back method for these feathers just because that's what I've used in all of the other areas of the quilt, so I'm trying to stay consistent throughout the whole quilt. All right, so I filled in the feathers in that first one. Now I'll travel along this ditch back to the center and just repeat. Love how that turned out. You can really see how you can start to create a lot of texture with just the simple combination of feathers and a bit of ruler quilting. Like I said, I will be sharing my full process of custom machine quilting this incredible quilt in the PNQ Academy. You can find all the details and enroll over on our website. But before you head there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will be back soon with another machine quilting video.